Previously on Raw Danger. Well, hello again, and welcome back to Nathan Plays Raw Danger. My name is Nathan, and this is Raw Danger on the PlayStation 2. In the last episode, as you saw, we made a dramatic exit from the underground and found a nice elevator to get us topside. We ransacked a department store, had a run-in with somebody who was doing a little bit of looting in a jewelry store. Couldn't convince her to flee for her own safety. And we made a little bit of forward progress. But now it's time to bring the rope that we found to Stephanie. She's out there in the rain, waiting for me all this time. So I suppose I'd better get down there and help her out. Still a dapper hat, though. It's looking real good, Steph. So it's a simple matter of going to the rope in your inventory, but not using it. It's not a use, it's a give, apparently. And upon giving the rope to Stephanie...
It's ready!
She sets it up nicely. It's ready.
Let's go!
Now that we're up to the next part of the street, I decided to investigate the margins of the area a little bit and look for some more things to pick up, maybe something that can help us along the way. First of all, in this... open area, there's something conspicuously in the middle of the floor, and what is it? It is a sweet pair of tennis shoes. Oh yeah, we're putting those on. Look at this. It's nice. Stephanie, as it turns out, will not take your old pair of shoes, although I guess as a waiter she has the same set. As I continued to explore, I rounded a corner close to the street. Got knocked flat on my back. An incoming wave. I suppose if I had been quick enough, I might have been able to crouch and weather it. But as it was, it took me right out. Stephanie is unperturbed and slowly, somewhat creepily, just walking upstream. I attempted to follow her and I was swept into a hole and killed. Yes, it hasn't happened yet so far in the game, although there have been several opportunities that I've managed to avoid. But you can die. If you don't deal with environmental hazards properly, you can perish, and that screen shows up. Second try through, we talked to this guy that was further down the street. He says there's a rotary ahead and that we should get up there, and then he's going to run for it. Once again, the tidal wave comes in, earlier than I thought it would, and knocks me down one more time. Stephanie weathers it, and continues to casually stroll upstream. Steph, you're kind of weirding me out right now. I'm not going to lie. After dodging some of the debris and the odd scooter that came floating down, I see the on-ramp I'm supposed to be getting to. Hopefully Stephanie will follow. I'm going for it. She doesn't seem disturbed by any of this. And made it. Oh good, she did too.
There's a helicopter. We're saved.
Well, it seems a little too good to be true at this stage in the game, but we're going to go investigate in any case. Why would we not? In place of the loading screens, occasionally you will get these flood updates that show your position on the map of the city, as well as how the flooding is going in other portions of it. It's kind of a neat touch. There's a little bit of a news feed in the lower right. More flooding, says Flood Watch. Good to know.
How come I can't get on?
Sorry, but we can't allow it. We're ordered to give priority to those who are injured.
What? Come on, let me on.
For a rescue operation sent by the McMurrow Group. Mr. McMurrow is privately funding this activity. Following strict orders provided by Mr. McMurrow. I'm sorry.
Father's doing this.
You can't just leave us here. Cut the crap and let us on.
Well, now I have a choice to make. The top one seems like it should be the right answer. The selfish one is obviously the second one. I can say that Stephanie should go first, or I can say that just argue along and say, hey, he's right, take us too. I had to think about it for a little bit, and at a certain point I realized, well, I did promise Mr. McMurrow that I would try and get Stephanie to safety, and this seems to be the
Stephanie, you should
easiest
go.
way.
Check you out, trying to look like the good guy.
Thanks, but I think those who are injured should be first. We can use the train to evacuate.
Huh? I really think you should go. But if you say so.
Whatever.
Let's go to the station.
Okay, great. So it looks like we decided to forego the easy way out of the city in favor of taking a train. Thankfully, we appear to be next to the station. We're very close to it. We'll just take a quick look around the area, make sure I'm not picking up, or, missing any valuable things to pick up. Looks like there's a survival point inside there. A bit of water comes rushing out. Well, that's a little ominous for our train station prospects. Still, chin up. Keep a good attitude. Something over here, it's... Oh boy, are they? Is it? Santa boots. Oh yeah. Putting those on for sure. And they look hot. Look at these things. They're awesome. Again, I tried to give the tennis shoes to Stephanie to see if I could give her something to up her comfort level and game a little bit, if it comes to that. But she wouldn't take them. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. I was just trying to do something nice for you and just throw it back in my face. Whatever. Continuing to explore around the area a little bit. I saw something glimmering, and it is a new compass. All right. Equip all the new compasses. This is the monorail compass. Looking pretty cool. That's nicer than the backpack one. So far, I think step counter might have been my favorite, but this one's pretty cool too. Going back around to the other side of the building yielded a side entrance that I could get to the survival point from. Let's take a look.
What is going on? Can we use the train?
Huh? No way. Look. Probably caused by the flooding. There are evacuation buses leaving from the station's north gate.
Do you know how the city's east side is holding up?
East side? I'm not sure. But I don't think it's as bad as it is here. If we get hit with some more rain, I don't know what'll happen.
Are you worried about Claire?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm sure she's been evacuated by now.
But she can't walk.
Well, let's see. She has priority. Maybe it's too late. You should forget her. Are you close? And does she mean a lot to you? After careful deliberation, I decided to go with, are you too close? Although that actually seems like kind of a stupid question in retrospect.
Yes. No, I don't know.
But you're worried about her, aren't you?
What are you still doing here? Hurry and get to the north entrance.
Let's go.
And so, Stephanie bolts off to go wait for me on the other side of that ticket area thing. I don't know what those are called. Turnstiles? There we go. Anyway, I decided to do the smart thing and warm up a little bit before continuing on our adventure. Obviously, as you heard just there, the trains are out. Makes sense. And there are buses on the other side of the station. It's just a matter of getting over there. First of all, I had a quick look around and found a copy of DR Sports, as well as a chicken broth. Chicken broth. No noodles, no vegetables, just broth. I was curious about DR Sports, so I went to take a look, and it was a bunch of claptrap about the mayor's horse winning all of the races. Huzzah. So, I ate the chicken broth by myself, because McMurrow was just standing over there waiting for something to happen. Warmed up, and went on my way. Let's go see where she's waiting, but... Oh, distraction! We're going to check out this office off to the side here real quick. She can wait a little bit longer, right? She's fine over there. Sitting inside of this case was a speed handle, which looks kind of interesting. Possibly very useful, but unfortunately it will not fit in my backpack at the time. There's also a lighter. I think I'm good on sources of light for the moment. And in any case, my backpack is almost full. And I think I want that speed handle. Or it is full, I guess. I don't know, almost. There's also another pot, just in case I ditched my last one. Why would I ever do that? As you can see, I have 2 spaces left in my inventory, and I require 3 for the speed handle. So I used a heating pad and freed up that extra space. The handle is mine. Okay, now let's go see what Stephanie wants. Whoa. Okay. This place is a little more precarious than it initially appeared to be. And oh, Steph is gone. Looks like she's taken a bit of a tumble. Thankfully, that is not blood, just some debris, although it does look a bit alarming at first. Now, how am I going to get down there? Poor girl. Hope she's okay. Let's see if this station agent has any info. Briefly distracted by that thing through the window before I remembered that it was the lighter. Okay, forget the station agent for the moment. We'll come back to him. First of all, I'm going to try and figure this out on my own. Maybe I can get down over here. And it doesn't look like I can, but what's this? New backpack? Oh, yes. Oh, look at it. It's nice. And my inventory was completely full before, but now I actually have 3 extra spaces on top of everything I'm already carrying. Looking around this landing here a little bit, it didn't seem as though there was any way to safely get across to Stephanie's side. And it actually looks quite dangerous, as a matter of fact. So we'll head back topside and now see if he can help us out. He's not voiced for some reason. One of the few people who isn't. He wants to know what to do if he gets blamed for all of this. And I ask him to go help Stephanie, but he won't. He says it's too dangerous. Well, thanks a lot, bud. Now with my amazing new backpack, I quickly swept through the office, grabbed the lighter, skipped the pot, and thought, why don't I try going a little further back? And I almost missed this station journal, which sounded really boring, so I didn't actually bother to read it. I wanted to test out the lighter, so I quickly equipped it, but it looks like its throw is not very good in terms of light, although it is supposed to be potentially good for starting a fire. In any case, I switched back to the good flashlight. It's a good flashlight. It's good. It's a good flashlight. Here I confess I actually was quite stuck for a few minutes, not really able to find an easy way around to get to Stephanie's side. This blinking red light is for the emergency shutters. So I tested out my speed handle. And sure enough, the shutters open. To what end, I don't know. But now I have an easy way out through this side of the building. Several minutes of just aimless wandering around ensued. I saw the station agent heading down to the landing, so I thought I might have triggered an event and talked to him again. But it looked like it was pretty much the same conversation. This time I asked him if there was a way to help her, and he said I might be able to get to her if I use the underpass. And there's an entrance to the underpass by the rotary. Although, it's dangerous and I shouldn't go down there. Entrance by the rotary? What is this rotary? I'm actually not really familiar with that. So several more minutes of wandering around aimlessly ensued until I thought, oh, entrance to the underpass. Ran across, and look at this. Some stairs going down. Inspiration struck, and I was on my way. The underpass is empty, dry, a little creepy. here in the remains of a hollowed-out convenience store, emptied out, rather, I did find some chicken noodle soup. Delish. Took a quick look around to see if there was anything else I could grab, but there was only that one bowl of chicken noodle soup. Really? People cleaned out the entire place. When it came down to that last bowl, they just said, no, I'm good. I have enough. It's fine. Here's another emergency shutter operating device on which I applied the speed handle. I suppose this is where you're supposed to use it all along, and the game gives you a helpful prompt and says, appears this isn't needed, implying that after this you won't need the speed handle cluttering up your inventory anymore. So you have the option to toss it. You can keep it still if you want to, but I decided I wanted the extra space. That's 3 whole spots. Yep. As I was warned, the underground is in a bit of a state, and so I have some treacherous walking to do. See if I can get anywhere. Whoa. Okay, let's just clear that area there. Off to one side, I found another heating pad. Should come in handy later on when I need to use one for no reason, just to open up some inventory space. And then it was time to try going for a bit of a careful walk on whatever these things are. Vents? I'm not sure. Ventilation ducts. I made it all the way down this stretch without any problems, really. It's pretty straightforward. Aha. Come around the corner. Here it looks as though you have to time it to make sure that the water doesn't creep up on you as you're trying to get across. Game does a fine job of keeping the tension levels high as you're trying to navigate these areas. Occasionally it will startle you by having the floor drop out from under you and really making you hold down the run button and book it. Book it. Came to this side and, oh, no Stephanie. Ah, she must be on the next landing up. I decided, so up the stairs I went.
Stephanie!
Well, I can shake her gently, I can slap her, or I can sniff her? Well, that's hideously inappropriate. Let's go with the gentle shake. Yeah.
Good. You're back. You okay? It's not safe here anymore. We need to move.
As I regained control of my character, it was pretty easy to see that Stephanie is she's in bad shape. I mean, the way she's carrying herself there, she's obviously very cold. I tried to use the grab onto thing button to help her out, but it just made me drop to my knees like an idiot. And then I remembered my talent. Hug. Aw. Hug transfers some warmth. Obviously, Stephanie is back on her feet. I've lost a little bit of heat. I am now still dry, but you can see the arrow has changed a bit. But it gets this show back on the road. So that's a nice thing to remember. That looks like a chef out there waiting by the buses. But off to the right, I spied, oh, another recycle bin. A good opportunity to get rid of some of the items that I've been carrying around. So I made a quick pit stop over there. Ditched my old backpack, I think the tennis shoes, and the yellow umbrella, which seemed redundant in light of my amazing raincoat. And then it was off to the buses. Well, there we go. That's the end of the game. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've beaten Raw Danger. I lied about all those other chapters. Or maybe not. Haha. Ho, ho, ho. Another flood update. As you can see, our dot is now on sort of a trunk road there. Flood Watch is saying that flooding continues, and they're evacuating the downtown sector. The buses are heading to Delray West Junction. And it looks like we get a little bit of a break from all the craziness.
You're afraid of lightning?
I can be mean. I can do nothing.
It's okay. You're safe with me.
I'm... alright, fine. I'm playing it up a little bit. Check out my sweet mittens. Hello, creepy child.
Good girl, Beth. She's with her mother.
What about her mother?
I lost her.
This is awkward, man. I'm sorry. What happened to her? Or what about the woman at the care center? I'm just gonna go with a sort of a generic. Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I had no idea.
It's okay. My mother died when I started junior high school.
So your father raised you alone?
No, he remarried soon after that, and my world crashed. I believe she's the woman at the Mission Care Center.
Stephanie, I have someone I want you
Ooh.
to meet.
Bit of a
This is
flashback.
Claire, your new mother.
Nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Stephanie, say hello to her.
Just couldn't accept that she was my new mother. Even though she was nice to me.
I confess it's a little difficult to take Stephanie seriously with that amazing hat on. Or maybe I take her more seriously because of the hat. I'm not sure. I can say it's not her fault. I can tell her she was being terribly childish, or that I completely understand. Well, I'm not sure if that's true,
She came soon after
but I said
your
it
mother
anyway.
died, right? Well, that's not fair. Your father should have shared his feelings and shown you compassion.
The problem is that those responses don't really give you a whole lot of context for,
I think so.
or not context, but they don't really help you anticipate the
We're
tone
almost there.
or overall content of what you're about to say. Something that looks relatively innocent might take you down a whole different conversational path and style than you were anticipating. Like what looks like a fairly generic response might turn out to be really mean when it actually comes out of Joshua's mouth. So we've reached a drop-off point here. Some vehicles parked around on the highways, and we're now waiting for the helicopters to arrive. Well, we had an opportunity, but I should probably keep that to myself.
A complete evacuation of Del Rey is currently in progress.
Strangely, there appears to be sort of a local, nearby news broadcast voice that overlaps with the voices of the people talking. Whatever. Raw danger. So I did a quick warm-up. Ate that chicken broth that I found in the empty convenience store. Chicken soup, rather. Had the broth already. And decided to have a quick look around. Already I can see an arrow over here. Let's see what it is. It's in a box. Ooh, a travel pouch. Stylish and functional. Of course we're going to equip it. Unfortunately, you cannot see it underneath the rain poncho, but you can see it adds a substantial amount of space to our inventory, so definitely a good find.
Completely submerged. A complete evacuation.
Hopefully I won't have to chew through as many heating pads just to make space for other things. There's Stephanie. Let's go say hi.
Strong enough to withstand.
See how she's holding up.
Stephanie.
I guess I have a few different options. Take the conversation in different directions. I can be a pessimist and a terrible person. I'm just gonna reassure her. Seems like a nice thing to do. It's not too forceful.
What if she's still here?
Stephanie's still conflicted.
Her? You mean your stepmother at the Mission Care Center?
Yes.
I really think we should prioritize getting out of here, but she seems pretty torn up about the whole thing. I can say, well,
I won't leave you here
see you
alone.
around.
I'll go with you to the
But I
mission
offered to
care
go
center.
along.
Thank you. But I'm not sure I should go. I've done some terrible things to her. I don't know what to do.
What did you do to her?
And we get another
Find my
flashback.
mother's dress. Where is it?
What are you screaming about?
Let's see, from the
dress,
grain
Mother's
of the
favorite
photographs,
dress.
as well as
I kept
the
it as a remembrance.
architectural style in the background,
What?
I can
I
tell
had
that these
no
photos were
idea you
taken
felt that way about the
approximately
dress.
some time ago.
I'm so sorry,
In the past.
Stephanie.
Definitely.
I put it in a box for donation. How dare you give it away? I want it back! Now!
Stephanie. She didn't mean to.
No! I won't forgive you! I hate you! I hope you die!
Oh, Steph. Whoa. Whoa. Bump the brakes there.
It was really
Teen angst.
that bad.
A lot of different options to go with here. So I tried to stay non-committal, I think. For the most part. That seemed like the way to go.
It's okay. It must have been hard for you.
Do you think so? But
I mean, I'm just coming into this situation now. I've known you for a few hours. I don't know. You got a complicated family history. Oh, here come the choppers. Never mind. Hey, whoa. Just there's room enough for everybody, hopefully. But calamity strikes.
Oh my goodness!
Everybody takes off toward the crash site.
No!
is that the head chef?
Something appears to have happened to the head chef. How on earth could that have happened, though? Like, it was coming along fine, and then it just kind of went down? Really? Just our luck. I knew we should have taken the one that we had before. I knew it, but here we are. Quick jog up the on-ramp there, and let's talk to this construction worker man. Fairly Japanese-style hard hat and uniform. And I ran to see what the people were looking at.
Help! I can't hold on
Oh no, head chef! I can pull him up, I can smile like Macaulay Culkin in The Good Son, or I can take his hat. Extremely tempting, but I decided to help him. Unfortunately,
The chef and that young
we
man
both
fell.
went down.
Chef!
The helicopter is completely destroyed.
This has been a day of twists and
have no
turns,
hope
let me
now.
tell you.
There's no chance they're alive. What will happen to us?
The group has given me up for dead.
Rescue helicopters should still be arriving at the East Junction. We should go there.
And is talking about going to East Junction.
Wait! My boyfriend is still down there.
Oh. Looks like I have moved
Just
up
get her
to
into the
boyfriend
bus.
status, or she's just saying
Hurry
that to
up.
get the crowd
No,
to pity
I'm
her and
not
help me out, but
going.
either way, I'll take it.
Come on.
Fortunately, I seem to be okay. Bit of a fall. However, head chef, not so fortunate.
Chef! Chef!
I'm sorry that I got you into this mess.
Don't move.
I
and
told
stay
him not to
calm.
move. That always seems like the thing to say.
Worry about me.
In any case, if it is a spinal injury, then you want them to move as little as possible. I remember that from first aid
My
class.
son.
Somehow, I climbed back up to the highway,
It's gone.
and the group and the bus have gone. I decided to be filled with determination
I can't die here.
and go off after them. I'm going to kill this storm and get revenge for head chef. So the dots moved further up the highway to kind of a larger junction. Flooding has gotten pretty bad around most of the city, as you can see, although the middle remains in really good shape. Day 2, near historic rest area. I've been walking for quite a while, I suppose, many hours. And I've come to what appears to be sort of a rest area here at the road. I don't know why I didn't turn my flashlight off, but there you are. Monorail is looking like it's in some trouble there. And the most obvious way forward is to go down. I took a quick glance around to make sure I hadn't missed any important items. And then, before heading downward, I paused the game because I had to use the bathroom really badly. A few minutes later, it was time to keep exploring. Look, I'm just giving you full disclosure here. I'm sorry if that's too much information, but I wanted you to know. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but the game actually automatically jumps for you when you run toward a ledge, sort of like Ocarina of Time. It's nice because it feels like in a game like this, jumping would be a very fidgety, difficult to gauge activity. Here you know that things are spaced out with you in mind. I tried to leap onto whatever this is that's blocking the way, but didn't make it. Have to wade through the water a little bit. Tried not to get wet, and ended up doing so anyway. Fortunately, I can climb out pretty nearby. I saw an item back there that I'm going to have to go back around for, but first of all, I just wanted to kind of check on the way forward here, see what my options are. Looks like I can climb up that fence and head up. But first, we're going to go back here and grab... Let's see, what is this here? Oh, it's another heating pad. Sure, why not? Made my way back to the collapsed monorail cars there. Climbed up this fence thing. Yeah, this looks safe. Yeah, this is probably fine. Let's try it. Grumbled ominously, so I decided to book it on out of there. And I came back up to the top of the highway. Is that... Wait a minute. Okay, so I have a survival point here, but is that a jet ski? Oh boy. Well, at this point, I pretty much had enough to complete an episode of Nathan Plays Raw Danger, so I decided that I was going to cut it off here, but just to be sure, I wanted to go over there, and yes, that is a jet ski. I'm hoping we'll be able to make use of that in the next installment. Pretty exciting. And I guess we'll be making our way eastward and try and catch up with Stephanie and the rest of the gang after ditching me like that, leaving me for dead, you guys. In any case, thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed following along this series as much as I have enjoyed making them. And as always, we'll see you next mission.